Donna Ferguson here, financial service advisor. And today I am here to just speak with you for a couple minutes. So, my topic for today is really a myth buster in because I have been talking to a couple of young people for the last couple of days. And the purpose of it is trying to get them to understand the importance of financial planning, even though they are young. So, what I've been hearing is this: I don't need insurance because what? I have no dependent and no one is depending on me for food or clothes or education. None of that right now. But I'm here to challenge that. Why? I have found in the small practice that I have with the company I work for that many of the times individuals wait too long to start planning. And in waiting too long, and when they're ready, many of them find themselves paying too much for insurance, not able to get insurance no matter how much money they have. Because guess what? They have come to a crossroad where they are not well, they are too old, and pretty much are not qualified to get life insurance. So they are left with the burden of either depending on their loved ones who are still here to find monies for their final expense, or whatever monies they have, they are trying to put together something for retirement or any of their financial needs in the future. So, my young people, I want to challenge this myth. Do you remember when you were going to college and that loan that was supposed to be for your tuition, who's co-signed for it? Was it your parents? Well, if something should happen to you today and that loan is not paid for, your parents is the one who will be responsible for it. Any one of you ever remember purchasing a car and ask someone to co-sign, or even a home and ask someone to help you? That's where the issue will come up later. Because the one who co-sign for any loan is responsible for the loan if the next one does not pay. Not only that, think about some of our young people maybe don't have children but have spouses. They also might own homes. And we always want to think about the loved ones. I always say, love take action. If you love someone, you prepare for them. You're not thinking about only yourself, but also thinking about what would happen if you don't come home tonight. Will my spouse be able to stay in the home? Will he or she be okay for a couple of months because my salary is not there anymore? You also always want to think about that. So, but someone would say about, how much insurance do I need? Quick way to do it. Say your salary is 100,000 and you want your spouse to be okay for the next 2 years until he or she is ready, able to balance out the expenses of the household because you are no longer there. Take that same 100,000 and times it by 2 years. Even start with the basics. Another thing I want to also point out, many of our young people have just graduated college, not fully on their feet and independent. Parents, I say, use wisdom and put something in place for them. Start a ball rolling for them. Get some insurance for them. And then when their finances is better and income is rolling in, transfer it over to them. So put that as a clause and a rider in your policy so that you can move the insurance over to them so that they can pay for it. Start something for them. You would not want to be left in a bind if something should happen to them. Also, think about the fact is, I'm not always here trying to say insurance and worry about dying. My practice, I do more than just life insurance. I plan for wealth accumulation, such as mutual funds, IRA, planning for retirement, annuities, rolling over from one job to the next. Your company might have a 401k, but the next job is not willing to take it. You're able to roll those funds over into a new IRA managed by yourself. Then also, I always do not want to forget this. Always remember to have a will in place, have a power of attorney in place. Sickness can happen to anyone at any time, and you may not be able to advocate for yourself or do planning for yourself or even do a bank transaction for yourself. So take the time to put together a simple will if you do not have the finances to do a full trust or powerful, full legacy planning. Just put something in place. Another thing I want to remind you, I might have said it before, on the policies you have in place, always do a review on them to make sure that your beneficiaries are who you want it to be, that there's a secondary person. You do not want it to not to have someone as a beneficiary. Too much red tape when something happens. You do not want your families to wait for a long period of time to get those proceeds from a life insurance because there is no beneficiary on it. So back to what I was saying, my young people, start with the basics. Insurance for you is inexpensive. And where I am, you can always change it over to what you want as your income becomes better. So please, I'm imploring you, do something today. Get some life insurance. We don't want to do any more GoFund. The amount of money we spend on phone and protection for phone, you could use the same amount of money to have life insurance in place. Thank you for listening.